Hello, this is a message to Chief Looking Horse and the Native American Nation. My name is Chris Bennett, and I'm a new discoverer of Chief Looking Horse and the prophecy which he's been sharing on his personal mission for global healing and world peace. So, the seventh fire prophecy, the seven fires prophecy. In the time of the sixth fire, it will become evident that the promise of the fifth fire came in a false way. Those deceived by this promise will take their children away from the teachings of the elders. Grandsons and granddaughters will turn against the elders. In this way, the elders will lose their reason for living. They will lose their purpose in life. It's been my observation that this is what's been going on. And I know a number of seniors who are very depressed, and the ideas and lessons which they know from their ancestors are not being talked about. And so this one right here, wow, I think I've talked to 3 or 4 Native Americans who have never heard of this in the past week. So this is the answer for all of us, is what I'm going to get at. My commitment, I've been on the same mission of what I'm going to read right here for 20 years. And I've shared it in some of my other videos. I've been sharing it with dozens, hundreds of people over the last 20 years and inviting them to participate. And I've been connecting to people with similar visions, but different ways of talking about it. At this time, a new sickness will come among the people. The balance of many people will be disturbed. The cup of life will almost become the cup of grief. It seems to have become the cup of grief for most of us. So everybody I know is suffering with severe grief, which is unacknowledged and which is driving them, into stress like a bunch of fleas that they don't know exist. So the seventh prophet that came to the people long ago was said to be different from the other prophets. This prophet was described as young and had a strange light in his eyes. He said, "In the time of the seventh fire, new people will emerge. They will retrace their steps to find what was left behind the trail. Their steps will take them to the elders, who they will ask to guide them on their journey. But many of the elders will have fallen asleep." So that's what I've been doing for 20 years, connecting with the elders. All of these books that I've been going through in my previous videos and right now is knowledge from the elders, which I have been eagerly pursuing for 20 years and longer. So, but I've also contacted many of those elders, and they have given up. They say it's hopeless. They can't believe that things can change radically. And so they've been refusing to help me. Many of the elders will have fallen asleep. They will awaken to this new time with nothing to offer, or so they seem to think. Some of the elders will be silent because no one will ask anything of them. That's what's happening. Look in Maui. Look around the country. Look what's happening. And the elders are not being asked to participate and march and express their ideas, even though the conditions are affecting them and their children. The new people will have to be careful in how they approach the elders. The task of the new people will not be easy. There's many of these new people, and I've been working to identify them. They want to take the value from our ancestors in the Bible, in the philosophy of the Native Americans, in the words and the ideas, If the new people will remain strong in their quest, the water drum of the Medewewin Lodge will again sound its voice. There will be a rebirth of the Anishinaabe Nation and a rekindling of old flames. The sacred fire will again be lit. And they're talking about the sacred fire of humanity, of love, of harmony. It is this time that the light-skinned race will be given a choice between two roads. One road will be green and lush and very inviting. The other road will be black and charred, and walking it will cut their feet. In the prophecy, the people decide to take neither road, but instead to turn back, to remember and reclaim the wisdom of those who came before them. If they choose the right road, then the seventh fire will light the eighth and final fire, an eternal fire of peace, love, brotherhood, and sisterhood. So that's what I've been working on for 20 years. Approximately 10 years ago, I posted a video of Billy Graham, Chaplain Billy Graham, from Honolulu, Hawaii, 50 or so years ago, in which he shared the vision of the Bible of global healing and world peace and brotherhood. A spiritual awakening is what he called it, what he called for. And so that's exactly, I posted it, and it's gotten maybe 100,000 views, I don't remember. But that's what we could do now. So that's what's lining up. The stars are aligning. The stars are getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're all getting worked like slaves into severe depression to the point of being suicidal. They're having to take a bunch of drugs in order to reverse those bad moods. I spoke about that in one of my other videos. So I've got a chart of 100 celebrities who have said publicly and very deeply shared they have severe depression. So Zachary Levi wanted to kill himself a couple years ago, and then he had a massive awakening, spiritual awakening. And he shared about it, and he had a healing experience of healing his traumatic experiences from his childhood. And now he's on a mission to take that global, because he thinks that if you could help everybody on the planet to deal with those issues, you could solve every other problem on the planet. Now, my calculation is 90% of the problems. Most physical illness, most mental illness, all addictions, and all violence. According to the experts, like Oprah and her buddy, Bruce Perry. So for 40 years, she's been collaborating with him. He's one of the top experts in the world on post-traumatic stress. The boy who was raised as a dog. So millions of children are getting abused right now. Severely. Forgotten children. Forgotten Children report. Hundreds of thousands in group homes getting overdrugged and abused. And nobody's listening. So my friends in Maui, you need a rescue team, and so does a bunch of other people. So we're going to bring them all together and announce a solution. That's what I'm getting at. So where is Paris Hilton's book? This one right here. So she was in a place when she was 16 or 17 where she got abused for 2 years and tortured. And now she's on a mission to fix the problem. Unfortunately, she's working with 4 or 5 senators and congresspeople who, for 10, 20 years, have been ignoring the problem, holding hearing after hearing after hearing. So, oh my God, it gets worse and worse. You're never going to believe this stuff. So, what am I getting at? Well, if you want to heal the world, you got to do 2 things. You got to find out who's making the world sick as hell, okay, by messing up all the prisons, etc., etc. Senator Jeff Merkley, elected in 2009, on the Budget Committee, which underfunded the Forest Service and the Fire Service across the country and has caused many, many fires and deaths, like in Maui. So now she's working to fix the problem. She needs a